6. Yeah, we go for 6. This should be enough. And we have 5 mana, so whatever counterspell we draw, exactly. So we have double counterspell. That was my line of thinking. Are we ready? Let's try it. We are killing mono blue with their own G. We need to be... Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we finally made some Dimir control decks. We managed to do it, and I'm quite happy with the results, honestly. We climbed the Mythic ladder, we got the number, we are top 1500 with this deck, and we probably could get a little bit higher, but I think it's good enough already to showcase to you. So, of course, you know the mid-hook stuff, it is banned, so we are trying to drag to the bottom our opponent. This means that we need some Raffine tower and Xander Sloth, because this is Dimir mana and we can get back, we can get to 4 types, which means a -5/-5, and that's usually enough to sweep everything that is on the board, including like annoying things like Adeline and, you know, jeans, things like this. However, we have also Karn SYLEX, and like I thought it's a sweeper, but to be honest, in the games I've played, I used the passive so much and it won so many games that I consider SYLEX like a half sweeper, half anti-underdog thing, and it really works here. Of course, you can exile everything, that's a pretty strong play. We have some small anti-synergies like Celestus, but I really think it's worth it, and usually if you blow out the SYLEX, it means that that's a huge play, and one card here and there doesn't make a huge difference, and you decide when you do it, so you know, it's fine. And yeah, SYLEX is really good when you get it roaring, because some of the opponents just play around it too much, especially that there seem to be a lot of white aggro on the ladder, at least for me. And SYLEX absolutely answers it because it's converted mana cost based and, you know, not really like damage based. So however they ramp, with how many adversaries or whatever, they cannot do anything about it. And second thing, there's this white annoying creature like the cleric thing that lets him name a card. It can hit drag to the bottom, it cannot hit SYLEX if you are on the play, and that's a big deal, because when this is on the battlefield, yes, you need to pay extra, but still you can sweep most of the creatures, and at 5 mana you can sweep everything, even if it names SYLEX. And to be honest, probably most of the players forget about the second part of the effect, so they will just name something from your hand. Alright. What is the rest of the deck? It's a standard control shell. One thing to notice is that we have a lot of March of Wretched Sorrow, and I feel that's really good because drag to the bottom and SYLEX are a bit clunky, they are a bit harder to use than the mid-hook, and we missed the life gain from the mid-hook. And March is something that basically works on all of those fronts, on top of killing planewalkers. That's a big deal. It kills planewalkers, and things like Liliana, Soaring, even Teferi, all are so annoying, you need to answer them. And there will be situations when you won't have counterspell ready for the planewalker, so you need something. I could even think about playing 4 of those. I really like the results, it's just a card that usually works in some way. There are decks that always play something, even we play something, so you know. Alright, so for the counterspells we have a lot of mana base, we have only 2 hard counter spells. I was thinking about going Devious Cover Up, and I think it can work, but I wanted something cheaper on the curve because we have quite a lot of cardo with this deck. We have double Memory Deluge, we have 3 Silver Scrutiny, we have triple Siphon Insight, another amazing card, but I will talk about it a little bit more because it has multiple functions in this deck. And Celestus, which is also amazing. We play 2 because we really want to hit it. It helps us ramp, it helps us just to heal and cycle the dead cards, because for some decks, drag to the bottom, cut down, and Celestus won't be good. And for those decks, we definitely want to cycle them, and Siphon Insight gets a value when it is discarded, because it's basically a free card on your side of the board, because you can flashback it. Alright, and for this card, you know it, but in this deck it actually made a new role that I didn't really foresee at the start, because we have only Kairi as a win condition. It's a good win condition, it works very nicely, but of course it's very susceptible to like Invoke Despair and Lilianas. So if you play mono black, you need to be very careful how you play it, and probably just protect it with 1 or 2 counter spells. But Siphon Insight will give you other win conditions. You will see it in the games today. We possibly killed our opponent with like Tolarian Terrors or maybe Jeans, who knows. With this card you actually can steal so many wincons that Kairi is not needed. It's more of a backup thing when you don't find anything, but usually in every game I have found something that was enough to kill my opponent. Or they just scoop after they have one card and you have infinite cards. Like with this you get to 7 very easily, so you can play much more aggressive control than usually. Yeah. Kairi is amazing, of course, because you can get back 2 counterspells or cards, or like Silver Scrutiny and Ertai Scorn. After your opponent needed a card to answer Kairi, even when it dies, it's still a good value. So if you play this, your opponent gets Liliana, it's still fine. You get infinite cards because you can choose it. So if you are in top deck mode, you just choose Silver Scrutiny and you are probably winning the game. You don't care about Liliana discarding your cards, you just hit her with March and things like this. So a lot of plays in the deck. I think Siphon Insight in this deck really helps. It was a very flexible card. It gets you lands when you need them early game. It gives you win condition when you don't want to wait for Kairi. Or it just gets rid of the most annoying card in your opponent deck, like Jeans, things like this. Like Invoke the Spurs. You can hijack a lot of good cards from your opponent deck. And yeah, it really works very well. I'm pretty happy with this build. I think it can get you higher in the rank, which is pretty hard for Dimir, because as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I was really trying a lot of builds and most of them don't seem to work. This one did, and this one felt good, because you always have something to do, you have a lot of answers, and a lot of flexibility, which sometimes seems to be lacking in the Mire builds, because you always have, like you have drag to the bottom, your opponent plays a Planewalker, it's bad. You have like removal, but your opponent is playing Invoke the Spare, bad. So you know, you get this kind of feeling, and with Silver Scrutiny, Insight, Celestus, I have found that I can very quickly tailor my hand to my opponent deck and just not be stuck with a lot of dead cards that don't do anything. So this was the reason I decided on this one, and I hope you like it. I hope it works for you, it works for me, and in Mythic I'm happy to announce we got the number again with this deck. So that's a pretty good achievement after the mid-hook ban, I would say. And with that being said, if you enjoy Dimir and you appreciate the work to make it viable on current ladder even without the mid-hook, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps. It seems that we slowed down while I was out on my travel. It kinda sucks, but I get it, and I will try my best to make the coolest deck so you guys like it more. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, that really helps, and enjoy the games. I hope you will like them. Alright, opponent goes first. We have definitely a strong sweeper hand. Let's see how it goes. Of course, on the play with 1 drop, and his unstoppable optimizer. Alright, I'll take it. So we will invest this 2 damage into the cut down later. Maybe we just go drag to the bot. No, so we will just kill the underdog because it's more damage. You know what? It kinda works as a manual drag to the bottom, I guess. Activate only if a non-scr. Okay, so if we kill the tenacious underdog, we don't get the rest. So let's kill the underdog and see how it goes. I don't want to kill this one as well, because he just pays the mana and get it back, and I don't really want to fall behind on cards, you know? Cool. And we got blessed by another cut down target. Our opponent definitely has insanely aggressive hands so far. Alright, let's play like this. I'm not sure about many things about this turn, but Silver Scrutiny is like the glue that holds my idea for the plays. We can just kill it, right? But we can kill it later as well, and we should get basically the HP back. Memory Deluge is probably one of the best draws right now. Man, this draw, great. Our unstoppable optimizer seems that we will stop him. I don't care about this minor damage. We have enough healing in the deck that we should make it work. And he's not as quick as he hopes to be. Kairi is pretty fine. He won't be able to kill it easily unless he gets Liliana. So we play the land. Yeah, okay. So I think this will be the last turn. I think he can kill his own conscript, most likely. So let's go like... I want Syncopate for 1, so let's go for 2 here. HP will matter probably at some point, when he gets to Tenacious Underdogs. But so far I really want to make sure that he cannot play anything as a follow-up, like he can play land into something. But yeah, it seems he actually got mana screwed quite heavily. So yeah, we were able to answer the early game. Okay, so the game goes on. But we definitely have a nice edge. And let's use Syncopate. Yeah, Syncopate is such a good answer to Trespasser. We cannot draw cards. I won't cast Kairi without protection, because Liliana is in the deck, and if I played Kairi, I could lose this game actually, because then they just kill Kairi, and then we cannot answer Liliana, and bad things will happen. But right now we just cast Siphon Insight, Memory Deluge, like, sky is the limit of what we can do right now. He's thinking about casting the Tenacious Underdog to get back some tempo. And that's probably a fair idea. Do I want to give him this? If I play this, I can draw 3 cards. It's probably a little bit better. So he gets... The damage is the only thing that matters right now, so we need to make sure that we play Kairi and we can protect it. Then his Tenacious Underdogs don't really do too much. And I think we can try to dig into another Syncopate. He has a lot of cards, so we need to be still careful a little bit. Yeah, let's go like this. 3 cards should be enough to solidify the game. Well, we missed all the lands right now, so that will be interesting. We could fish for land. Is it good though? Is it good though? I don't really think it is. I think SYLEX is pretty good because it shuts down all the Tenacious Underdogs, so right now he has no place and he needs to cast something into our Make Disappear. Trespasser is probably one of the better plays he can make. It goes around Make Disappear, it is hard to kill, and it exiles the Memory Deluge that he doesn't want to give us. But the game is stabilizing, so right now... Ooh, okay, sure. I actually don't mind this one. Alright, sure. I don't think he can draw cards with this. Okay, so he wants to go around Cut Down, I think. Right now Cut Down doesn't hit it. However, we can just go for the Siphon Insight and start to get some good stuff from his deck. Like, Invoke Despair is pretty good. Even Swamp is actually pretty good here. Alright, so let's play the ugly land compared to our pretty lands. Kairi. We still don't have enough mana for it. So let's just go drag to the bottom. I think that's a good enough play. We still keep up the counterspell, we get rid of all of this, and I don't want to waste SYLEX because it's keeping all this stuff in check. And let's... Like, we have infinite cards, so if he cannot kill us, he won't win, I think. As long as we keep counterspells, it should be fine. Alright, so Okiba Reckoner Gag, the bait. The actual bait for the counterspell. Sure. Like, we need to be careful about the HP total for sure, but I think we can make it work nicely. I wonder what his plan is. Yeah, the Trespasser is the real play. Told you. So we counter this one, because it's super annoying. We don't really want it in the board for a moment. I mean, we could kill it, but we have better plays than this, I think. We lack a little bit of you know what? The lands. I need 2 more lands to play Kairi. So I think we just chill and try to get cards with Siphon Insight and Deluge until we can stabilize and make sure Kairi doesn't get hit with Invoke Despair. Like, casting this into Invoke Despair is absolutely abysmal and would put us so far behind. Okay. Not the biggest fan of it, but it is what it is. So as you can see, even though like he had slow opening in the mid game, we still need to grind his cards one by one. Let's cast the one from the graveyard first. So Trespasser cannot answer it. That's fine one. We can get back all the lost life, I guess. Or okay, let's get the cut down for Okiba, because it will be a factor next turn. Let's play the land for sure and see what he does. We can keep drawing cards, so as long as we can protect everything, it's fine. It's fine. I really want to double cast it and steal some Invoke Despairs. Probably Invoke Despair is the worst because we had to use counterspell on the Trespasser. Maybe we could let it through, but I don't like the meddling with our graveyard. Like, we have cool cards in the graveyard. So, unless it's Invoke Despair, we shouldn't have issues with his turn this time. Can I? Oh, that's so good. That's a 4 mana Memory Deluge. Alright, I will actually take a land, and I guess March. Like, March is pretty decent here. I think he's waiting for the SYLEX to blow out with everything. And we still try to play around and invoke Despair. I really want to just cast Siphon Insight, but every turn he's doing something. So every time it's just, okay, so the next turn, I guess. Okay, he's putting a little more and more into the SYLEX range, but we are kinda okay with this. I will use March when he's tapped out. And we can use mana with the Siphon Insight. I think he should play Invoke Despairs, right? There's no way he doesn't have them. Okay, sure. 3 mana up. He has cut downs probably in the hand. So right now, I think we will use the SYLEX possibly. And play another one. Oh, Trespasser is super good here. Let's just steal some cool cards from his deck. I think that should help. Or lands. They can also be lands. Alright, so let's go with the Trespasser probably right now. Alright. I'm playing from the hand, the lands, because then we are unaffected by maximum hand size. This is out of the game. So yeah, SYLEX for 1 should be okay. So we clear everything, we don't lose too much HP. And we are pretty even with the rest. Now we play SYLEX, so he cannot use the underdogs anymore. And I think now we go with the Trespasser because we get guaranteed value for one of the underdogs. Maybe I should go with the night mode first. Maybe if I was a little bit better player, I would just try to switch into nighttime somehow. But I think it would take too many turns, honestly. See, he has a very good answer to ward creatures. We can kill Liliana though.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my
Alright, so we will lose the Trespasser. I expected it to die, but honestly I thought he will just cast Infernal Grasp. So we can kill Liliana for 2 HP. I'm not sure if we really want to heal more, I don't think we do. He's down to 4 cards, if he kills Kairi we still get the value. So right now we are going into more aggressive mode. We clear the board and we force him to have those 4 cards as answers to basically everything we do. And Swamp, pretty useful. And the first Kairi. If he somehow had the exile effect, we can just use the Infernal Grasp, but I don't think he has. I think it's Despair or Liliana. Yep. But we can kill her as well, and we can get back the cards, so we get the value. Sure. So, let's see what we will get. Oh, Silver Scrutiny is really good here. So, definitely this one. You know what? Ertai Scorn seems amazing, because that will protect whatever we want to protect. Probably Kairi. Yeah, and we can just refill later with our Silver Scrutiny. We go for 4. So we are, as you can see, HP does not super matter here. I will keep drag to the bottom, it's not worth 2 HP. Card is a card.
No fun when they hit back.
And let's go with Kairi, the real one. This one actually is the real one. The previous one was just a bait. We cannot use the SYLEX, so it just sits here, because it disables on all the underdogs. So we can counter one Liliana. I don't think he can have enough Liliana, unless he has two of them. That's probably the only play that will work. So he needs Liliana into Liliana, and anything else does not work. Maybe land into invoke this pair and Liliana. But definitely he needs another Liliana, and he has two in the remaining deck, so high chance that he won't be able to. Okay, so this is the bait part. He's trying to bait some kind of counterspell while keeping all the mana. Alright. So, I think we go like this. He doesn't... Yeah, now he cannot draw a card, right? Because he used the 2 mana ability. He cannot use the 3 one, because it's not like Phyrexian or whatever it needs to be. So he wasted all of this mana, gained nothing, and we still have a counter spell. Cool, I guess. Alright. Thanks to Ward, we don't really need to fear anything for Kairi, so let's just tap out completely. He also has just 1 mana, so it's not a big deal. Sleeper is pretty good. I have quite a lot of cards in the thing as well. Alright. So first we attack for sure. I'm thinking about using drag to the bottom, but I'm not sure if it's really necessary. Like, he's just dealing 2 damage a turn. Man, we have so much mana. Let's play this one and give some more pressure. Like, while it's 1 drop, it pressures so much damage. Like, I can get it to 1, 2, so 3, 3. Man, I can get it to like 5-5 or something like this. And cut down cannot hit it, so I will just tap 3 mana to make sure that cut down is wasted. Cool. Enjoy. And we still have enough mana to counter whatever he has, thanks to Syncopate and Ertai Scorn. Yeah, I feel, my friend, the walls are closing on you. Like, you had your fun, you've had some room, but every single turn you have less room and less room. And Silver Scrutiny is destroy fear, so whatever happens you just don't really care. You just get the new stuff. And we have enough mana to cast it main phase and still hold up the counter spells. Alright, so he decided this is the time for real plays. You know what, I will use the Syncopate. This is like a worse counter spell, and we will still have the Ertai Scorn. I guess he sees it, so maybe that wasn't as good. I forgot about the eye icon that he's seen this part. And Liliana is the real one. Yeah, I don't really want to see Liliana in the game. She's super annoying in every way. So right now he cannot attack. And he will very quickly die. Which is awesome. I really don't mind it one bit. Alright, alright. Can we kill him? Probably not. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can get it to 7-7. We lack 1 damage to kill him. Oh my god, I did not realize this one. And we can get a lot of cards, right? If we really want. No, this has flying. Alright, so no additional damage. Honestly, he shouldn't block. I don't see how this will win him the game anyway. Alright, so let's draw. I want to have like 5 mana, so 3, 6. Yeah, we go for 6. This should be enough. And we have 5 mana, so whatever counter spell we draw, exactly. So we have double counter spell. That was my line of thinking. And in the worst case, we should have at least 1 counter spell. So right now the game is locked, he will lose, and we will win. Sounds pretty good to me. Honestly, we can just kill it with, or just go with Kairi and Sleeper, he has to block. But I have enough counter spells that I can be wasteful. And just make sure he explodes. 3, 2, 1, boom! Boom? Okay. That was a delay, like he really doesn't want to concede this game. Good game, my friend. Good game. You need to optimize some stuff. that was a nice one anyway. Alright, we are going first with Make Disappear. So I kinda like it this opening already. We'll start of course with Raffine Tower into Swamp probably to prepare for some black action, I guess. And we're against Hertzaux with some nice cool sleeves. Alright, I guess he took the hand, so hopefully, bro, can we? Sure. Cool, so we start with Raffine Tower, of course. I really hope for Memory Deluge. Unfortunately, we seem to be against Mono Blue, which is probably always the worst matchup with every single deck I play. I guess it's insane. Every single deck I'm trying is just like, oh, it's Mono Blue, we probably lose. So yeah, that's why Mono Blue is such a good deck. Alright, anyway. Yeah, cool sleeves. I don't really like this card, I think it makes the deck worse. Like, it feels cool, but you're losing cards for basically nothing. He discarded this one. Weird choice, to be honest. A little bit of weird choice, but we'll take it. Mana will be extremely important right now, because we want to pay all the extras for Syncopates, make disappears, all this stuff. He didn't go for the DJINN, so that's interesting. I think we'll go with Memory Deluge at the end step. He will counter it with Syncopate and we'll cry. That's the plan. I know, great plan, isn't it? But we could also go for Scrutiny, but it scales. Memory Deluge will be so hard to cast for 7 mana, like it's absolute emergency play. Okay, it went through somehow. You know what, Otawara is not bad. It cannot get countered. Cycling is not the worst, but I will still take Otawara. Like, the fact that we have uncounterable plays, I feel it's something that we might really appreciate in this kind of matchup. Like, this can buy us a turn we should never have. And yeah, I will go with the Make Disappear. And I think it's a good one. Like, you don't want to give them cards, because their whole deck is card for card. They already lose some value for this one. And they need a lot of new cards. They need lands, then they need spells, they need creatures, they need basically a little bit of everything. Alright, so how do we do it? We can pressure them with March, or just play it for 1 next turn and leave 4 mana up. It seems pretty good, honestly. Okay. I think I know how to do it. The problem is I don't really want to go into mana-based counterspells, you know, waste them. Okay, I wasn't thinking. I'm thinking about this turn, sorry guys. So, if we do this, we can make disappear, like go around it. Same Syncopate. Yeah, let's try. I don't think we'll get much use out of this card. It's not great for the matchup. Like, it does something, but it's not great. Alright, and he said it's fine. He can probably the worst follow-up is a DJINN into negate, and that's something we need to play around. If he doesn't have it, we are absolutely happy. Delver, cool. We can always play at the end step, but I just... what's going on? Okay, I think we just crashed. Okay, I guess we are reconnecting. I heard a lot of stuff happened. I'm not sure what's going on. I guess we didn't get the chance to play at the end step. That's super cool. Alright. I think I have an idea how to play this out. Like, so far it's not going super bad. Alright. We can still hit the cut down on this one after it transforms, so we might get additional information. Alright, that's interesting. And yeah, let's see. I will take 3 damage just to play at the end step. So as you can see, those cards don't really hurt him too much. He basically has 2 cards less. Cool. We don't care about the minor damage. We just want to make sure that we get the big damage. Let's go with the cut down, because I feel that this is something that he should react to. That's his basically game plan. It doesn't seem he has a lot of stuff going on for him, because, you know, he's using the guys everywhere. Alright, so he gave it up. Let's see this. So Syncopate doesn't hit it, Make Disappear does not hit it. And I think it should go through, unless he wants a hard counter spell. Yep. Siphon Insight, good card. Make Disappear is honestly pretty good as well. But I think we want removal. Alright, so we play like this. Probably we play Otawara. I would love to play Siphon Insight, I'm just not sure if we have time to do it. We also allow Syncopate to go through, and Syncopate would be really bad for this card. As long as we develop mana, I'm pretty happy. Man, look at this, we are like 4, 5, 8 mana to his 3. And he's not using even those cards, they are so bad that he's not even using them. Oh man, that's hilarious. Like, we should not win this matchup, and so far it seems that we are winning this matchup somehow. We might be able to kill him with DJINN. Oh, it makes me feel happy just to think about it. Let's prepare. In case we get DJINN, we just want to make sure that we can use it. Like, this is perfect together with DJINN. And as you can see, Siphon Insight, I told you, we will kill him with his own DJINN and we will protect it. That's so good. Oh, that feels amazing, honestly. Okay, do we do it now? He will counter it, and we don't have way around it. So not yet, not yet. I know it's tempting, it's super cool, but we have Memory Deluges. And like, he's not doing too much. He's just trying to dump some sorceries into graveyard. So it means that he probably plays Tolarian Horrors. That's something we need to be aware of. But Ward is not a scare when you have triple opponent's mana. All we need to get is some kind of counterspells to protect our DJINN. Yeah, it's our DJINN. How hilarious is this? And we even blindly took a protection spell just to hit the DJINN. So if it works, it's absolutely full skill based, you know? Alright, this will be a bit scarier. So we can Memory Deluge, he probably will counter it, right? 4/7, we will have 1 extra mana. Not perfect. We could go for Silver Scrutiny. That would probably be much more like stable to go for this one. But let's force him to start reacting. It will be make disappeared or syncopated. What? Man, what does he have in the hand? Syncopate is basically a hard counterspell right now. Let's go for the Scrutiny. As long as we play lands and develop, we should be winning this game. Alright, so we can counter one of the spells. I think we still prepare. Because this DJINN is basically the best win condition we might hit. I actually was thinking about playing DJINN in this deck myself. That's a Syncopate. We want to keep him low on the cards. You can scry, but you won't get more cards than you have. 1 a turn is all you get. And we play land every single turn, so we can cast another Memory Deluge. Okay, he has 4, so Syncopate will hit even Scrutiny. It will be 2 mana cheaper. He's just going with it. Okay, Scorn, Syncopate. Yeah, I think those are cards that make or break the situation. Alright. Are we ready? Let's try it! We are killing Mono Blue with their own DJINN. We need to be careful of Fading Hopes. Fading Hope is definitely a strong one. So let's go with Scorn first. It's more mana efficient this way, so Syncopate can hit at the end step. Remember, we have a lot of removal, so if he follows up with something we cannot answer, like, we can use it. Also, we have Shore Up after the DJINN is in the game. Now Syncopate needs to be cast for 1. That's why we played so many draw spells, because we really needed those, yeah, you know, those counter spells. Now the question is that he might want to get his own DJINN. That's something we need to definitely consider. Will this get discounted? It should, right? How does it work? You cast. Yeah, it should be 0. Okay, so let's Shore Up. He might answer it somehow, but then we have still Infernal Grasp. Okay, now we go. Can I kill it? I cannot. So let's go. I guess we are in the kill mode right now. So it's not perfect, but it's fine. So we prefer to get it this way. And he's down to 3 cards. If he taps out, don't forget, this is his main turn. He's actually tapping out completely. It means Silver Scrutiny will give us a crushing card advantage. No DJINN, and he traded, what, 2 cards for this. And he killed his own DJINN basically in the end, because he has 3 in the deck, not 4. So let's see how he plays the rest of the thingy. Alright, that's a big choice. And this is probably a negate, right? This is probably a negate. But I will still try it, so it's what, 4? Let's go for 5 maybe. I think 5 should be a good start. Nothing mana based hits this. So he needs a hard counter spell. Oh, or maybe he just doesn't have it, which is sweet. So we will go with the Celestus, I think. Like I'm slowly less scared of what he can do. Because that doesn't seem like he has a lot of counter spells, to be honest. And he has only 3 cards, so he can play one of those. Like as long as he goes like card for card, you can see that they don't provide any card advantage. We are slowly grinding him. He's at 4 lands to our what? Oh my god, like 12, 13, something crazy like this. Cool. That's a counter spell. And even if he protects it and it goes through, we have so much removal. Even drag to the bottom is pretty good. We might save it for... Oh, wow. Siphon Insight is amazing. So we will cycle the cards, right? Nah, let's just go with the SYLEX. It really helps with whatever can happen later. We have pretty good cards, so we don't need to super cycle them. So right now I think we'll just try to steal his win conditions. And yeah, that's the first one. This will be very good drag to... Okay, maybe not really. We don't have Xander's launch. Right, we need 4 of the type, so we need 1 more to get it done. I will keep the Silver Scrutiny, because it seems that he's having some kind of interaction, and if he casts a counter spell, this will be a second spell, but I guess we are in the daytime. Sure, consider. So this seems that he really wants to counter it, but he doesn't have any means to do it. Terror, I will gladly take it. Siphon Insight, we'll just take all his win conditions. It's funny that we are going with this game for so long. I love those cards, man, they're super awesome. I do have islands in my deck, so let's play it at the end step as well. Maybe we'll get it. If not, we'll just cycle our bad cards. SYLEX, like 1 should be enough probably. Yeah, island, easy. Oh man, he doesn't feel very good, I think. Alright, so how do we do it? Honestly, you can take just the damage to get some more advantage, I think. We can just go... Okay, if we Infernal Grasp, it will be during his turn. So let's cycle, we get additional card. And you know, like Siphon Insight is so good to just get free win conditions after you start closing the game. Let's take action. I think SYLEX is okay. You know what, let's get rid of this one. We don't need to wait for anything, we can just make sure that whatever we have in the hand already works. But you can see a small difference between the mid-hook and this one, right? I will take this 5 damage, it doesn't matter, we can even heal if we really care. But I want to force him into doing something or just tapping out at the end step. So, let's go with Infernal Grasp at start. That's a ward, we will gladly pay. He has only 3 cards, I want to get him to like 1 or 0 cards and then we should just go all in with the Siphon Insights, DJINN, Terror, stuff like this. We also have Syncopate, Shore Up. Alright, so let's go, it will be what? 3, 5. We pay the ward, he can counter it, but he doesn't have a lot. So we can just go full value right now. I just want to trade card for card until he's tapped out with no cards, and then we can refill with Scrutiny very easily. He might use Make Disappear, and that's fine, I don't mind, that's why I want to trade card for card. And yeah, he has 4 mana, so Syncopate won't go through probably. But it also taps him out. We could just play Terror and, you know, block it. Not sure if he realized that we can pay it, so he just wasted card. I think he didn't see the Celestus. I actually didn't see it at start as well. Okay, so he has one card, and this is when we start. This is where we strike. Alright, we get a card. Let's see what we get. A land. I will actually cycle out the land. That was dragged to the bottom land we needed previously. Let's play it because with Silver Scrutiny it's as good as anything else. And let's see what the last card is. Is that a counterspell? No. That has no sense, to be absolutely honest with you. He could do it at the end step. Like, he cannot draw anything that will change the outcome, so he just showed us that he doesn't have anything. So we can use Silver Scrutiny for how much we want, really. I will go with like 8 cards, maybe. It seems like a good start. Yeah, 8 cards seems pretty decent. Oh man, that's so hilarious. We can save 1 card by playing like this. I don't really care about it, it's just to make hassle for him. And let's keep stealing his win conditions, they seem pretty nice. And let's just play the Delver. Cause why not? How many? We need 4. We need to discard 4 cards. 1, 2, 3. And probably make disappear is the weakest. It's not bad. You know what? Actually SYLEX is worse. Make disappear can be pretty useful. Like, we can pressure him to make multiple plays, and we have SYLEX already that he cannot answer. As you can see, Gaze just looking silly, wasting him card advantage. Man, we somehow won this game. I don't think it should be possible, but we are actually 15 mana in compared to his 5. Yeah, like Mono Blue needs both lands, creatures, and also actually instant counterspells, so you need to just keep drawing cards over and over. And that's his Hail Mary play. Sure, you shouldn't reveal it. Let's just show our opponent how far ahead we are. We just don't care. Let's kill this. I don't know, let's just hit for 5. The whatever play. Maybe let's play some Kairi. Then it's just the fun zone right now. And let's smork him. Those are his own creatures, by the way. So he's dying full game to his own creatures, and that's his last card that he will scoop probably after it. We can make Lethal next turn if we flip the Delver, I think. 11 plus 3, yeah, exactly. So all we need to do is just untap, hit the instant sorcery. We cannot, as always. Do we take action? Sure, I will take it and cycle it. I don't need more mana. And we just attack. Man, this feels like so overblown by our Herzaugs. Man, do you really think you can beat all of this? Actually, Mono Blue just cannot answer all of this. Fading Hope is best they have. So let's give our opponent one more turn to enjoy his blue cards, and let's close it out. That's a nice island. Most of his win conditions were his. It's kinda hilarious. Right, we are going second as usually, but we are playing against Wizards of the Left Coast. And that's enough to make my day a little bit better. Alright, so let's play with the Triumph first, as always. We have Infernal Grasp, March and some Raffine together with Celestus, so I think we have quite a lot of options. Of course, our opponent on the play with strong draw. Some things never change. Yeah, I think we just kill it. Let's just kill it. I was Nixed it, whatever you say, enough times to just not let it happen again. And Nixed is really hard. Of course, our opponent just keeps playing his small annoying creatures. But hopefully we can make it work somehow. So we can either kill the Harvester. Fable is probably the follow-up, right? Okay, if we went with this line, we need to continue this line. We of course got double Celestus just in case, so we have to cycle it. He might cut down his own Harvester to negate 2 HP, but it's not important. Alright. Okay, so I made a mistake. It should be done at the upkeep, so he doesn't know that the harvester is that basically. We gave him some free information that he didn't need to have. So let's go with the Celestus. I don't need to say that the goblin is absolutely irritating and we cannot deal with it, because our opponent just keeps pushing with the creatures every single turn, so we will just play Insight. We might switch into nighttime. Infernal Grasp, okay. So he's definitely assuming full control deck, and he just wants to dig into probably more threats. This is super annoying, like I'm already dying on the Insight when I see this little treasure, but it is what it is. And he needs to play something because otherwise we switch the day-night cycle, which is beneficial for us. Our opponent really has like really absolute pushing draw so far. I would really like him to whiff for a second, especially with like the goblin. And I guess it's not like absolutely the worst. Okay, I will take Liliana. That's something. That's something. Alright, so how do we do it? Scrutiny is for 4. That's a lot. But we can just cast it for 3 and get the cycling, so it's basically the same thing, honestly. You can also just go Liliana and just take it slow and just kill one of the creatures and then go Syncopate or something like this. That's a hard one. That's a hard one, honestly. I really want drag to the bottom, and I think this is the play. Because he transforms the Fable next turn, so that means we really want to dig into a sweeper, and drawing basically 4-5 cards in total should do the trick. We also get rid of this Celestus draw. We miss one card, but we got day-night cycle, so you know, it's okay. Stop with the treasures! I cannot stand them, they're giving him so much boost. Basically, as long as he has cards and he can ensure it with the blood tokens, he just keeps accelerating. And he knows that we are forced to react. So, let's get some drag to the bottom, please. That would be really great. Cut down. Cut down. Not what I would like to have. But maybe that's the best we will have. Okay, I know my luck, so I'm not risking it. So now we invoke the drag to the bottom. Maybe now we will draw it when it's a bit worse. Oh, but to be honest, like it's a hard one, definitely. If we play double spell, we can flip again. That's not the worst, right? But it will be hard. I probably won't counterspell more. We just want to get rid of one of the creatures. Both of them are very good. He will probably get rid of Harvester, I would guess. Because this is just such an annoying... Man, it's, as you can see, it's just legitimately better than the true drop. Well, let's play the land. With Silver Scrutiny, every mana counts. I really want to keep up the counterspell. Like, what's in the board is not the worst that can happen. Like, things like Shortlet or something can be really devastating. He's trying to dig. Blood tokens are annoying because they give him basically cycling for all the dead draws. But we need to endure this. It's just good for him and we need to work it through. Okay, he just got basically 2 free draws. But in the end, the same amount of cards. Tempo is the big problem, because he can double spell very easily. We cannot prevent this. So generally, if you see your opponent with not a lot of cards and a lot of mana like this, you just give up on the tempo and just hope you trade card for card, you know? We cannot counter it very nicely, unfortunately. He went for the normal mode, not the blitz, so that's a bit better. Yeah, we don't have enough Syncopate mana, so we'll just Siphon Insight, I guess. And try to dig for some cool stuff. Fable is pretty good here. Like, honestly. I will take it at this point. Do you want to double spell? Probably not really. Like, I like Fables. We are at 14, that's something we need to definitely consider. Yeah, let's keep up the counter spells. Like, we have Fable going, so we are bound to have something. Syncopate is pretty bad. Like, if he didn't have all those extra tokens, that would be so much easier. Alright, he went greedy. He was building toward this for multiple turns, and he decided that he has enough. He has exactly 4 mana, see? 3 and 4. Yeah, and we can counter both of them. Yeah, Make Disappear won't get better than this. If he attacked first, he would have this mana. So extremely greedy on the part of our opponent. I think we trade the goblins now, and Underdog is just a pain. Like, we can, like, it's just annoying, and there's nothing we can do right now, but we will be able to do something next turn. Yeah, this is pretty good. Alright, now let's cycle. Definitely this. Like, I think March is okay. Good, good. That's what I wanted to see. That's really what I wanted to see. So we can take one hit, or just go with the SYLEX right now. He's also quite tapped out. I didn't see priority. There's a creature in the board. So you know what? I think we just go with the top deck. Bruh, show me your best... Oh, but if that's showed, right? Well, if that's showed, that we just kill it, right? Alright, I got scared. I prefer to take 3 damage than get shoulded, or whatever the noun is. Okay, it's fine. Without the mid hook, this deck doesn't hit as hard because they cannot drain you. And if he taps out, even for this, I'm fine. Like, it's still in the graveyard. Okay, no instant. That's extremely valuable information. Do I really want the card? If it's good, no, we decline. If it's a good card, like Kairi, we would be forced to discard it. I don't want to risk. So, I mean, how much? Man, we should win this. 3, 6, 7. We can go for 7. And you know what? I heard that the maximum hand size is actually 7, so I will take it. I think that's a good deal. Alright, enjoy, my friend. We could do for 0 the SYLEX, but then the Tenacious Underdog is there. So I think he just lost. I think after Kairi he cannot get back to the game. And we navigated this game so well. Man, this turn, look at how much devastation he had in the hand. If we didn't hold out the counter spells, we would get absolutely smashed. So I think we're really patient with this game, and we got some benefits and rewards. Oh, yeah, he was thinking if he can win this, and he decided it's too late, and that's a correct decision. Well, top 1500s with Dimir. I'm pretty happy about this result.